Hi, I'm a dietitian here at Eat Right. We're glad you came in today. What is your name?
My name's Mike.
Tiffany.
Nice to
Nice to
meet you.
meet you. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I just got off work a little bit early to come down here, and oh, the weather's pretty nice out, so I'm excited about that.
I'm pretty excited about spring too. So, may I ask you what brings you in here today?
Yeah, sure. Basically, over like the last year, I put on like 10 pounds, or a little, maybe even a little bit more of weight, and I'm just a little upset about that, and I'd like to kind of shave that off, especially with the summer coming up. So I was hoping that you guys could help me.
So, would you say you gained a bit of weight within the past year?
Yeah. I mean, basically, I just uh, graduated college about a year and a half ago, and I just got my job, which I'm working at. And in college, pretty much I was decently active. I used to play recreational sports with my friends and go to the gym like at least a couple times a week. So I was in decent shape. I wasn't overweight or anything, but I think now, just with my job and a little more stress, getting into the real world and everything, I kind of added a few extra pounds. So
Yeah, usually it's a hard transition from, college to the real life.
yeah,
So,
definitely.
may I ask you what kind of job you do right now?
Yeah, basically I work construction. I'm like an overseer of the construction site, kind of like a manager. Basically, I do a lot of paperwork. I work a pretty long day from 8 to 6, so it's about a 10-hour shift with a couple breaks. But I help some of the construction workers now and then. But pretty much it's just a job that it's a lot of paperwork and a lot of like calling and ordering like some of like the lumber and the steel and whatnot for the construction. So that's pretty much what I do.
Okay, so would you consider it more of like a physical job or?
Um, yeah, no, not really. I mean, for about an hour, like I said, it's about 10 hours. So for about 1 hour, I mean, I might be like helping out because I know a lot of the construction myself. So I'll help out, some of the lower level workers with what they're doing if they're a little confused. But I mean, out of like the 10 hours, I probably only do that for one, and the rest is, like I said, just paperwork and, ordering and making calls and talking to clients and whatnot.
So do you find yourself ever like finding time for a break to eat or?
Yeah, I mean, I do get a couple breaks. Basically, I get a break around, I start at 8, like I said, and I get a break around about 12, and I eat then, and then I get another break around like 3 for like a snack or whatnot. And, yeah, so I get about 2 breaks to eat.
Okay, so like, what do you find yourself eating from when you get to work or maybe when you wake up to before you go to bed?
So basically, when I wake up, I usually have like a Pop Tart. I usually wake up a little bit later, probably like 7:30 before work, just because it's an exhausting job. So I sleep in a little bit, and I just grab like a Pop Tart and some milk usually, and then I head to work. Like I said, about 12 o'clock, I have another break, and during that time, um, I usually go down. I only have about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. So I'll go down to either like the local Wendy's. It's only like a couple minutes away, and I'll get usually like a Coke or some type of soda, and a burger or fries, something quick that I can just eat down and then get working again. And then around like 3 o'clock on my mini break, it's only like 20-minute break, so I usually have a couple of snacks on my desk. I have like some Doritos, some like Oreos, just other like little snacks like that, like some little Debbie's and whatnot. So I'll just like snack on that. And then after work around 6, if I'm hungry, which I usually am a little hungry, I'll go to the McDonald's in town or like the local pizza shop or something. I'll grab a slice of pizza or another burger or like a chicken sandwich or something, just because it's convenient. And then, I mean, I go to bed around like 10 or 11 o'clock, so pretty much that last meal is the last thing I eat, and then I'll snack on maybe like some pretzels and juice or something before I go to bed. And that's probably about the rundown of what I eat. So,
Okay, so it seems like you're always grabbing for something to go
yeah,
for the next thing to eat.
yeah.
So I was wondering, are you willing to change any of your dietary
Yeah, I mean,
intentions?
definitely. I'm sure that eating the fast food and whatnot's not that great. So, I'd like to, whatever you guys recommend to try and lose the weight, 'cause that's what I'm aiming for.
Okay, so may I ask you on a scale of 5 to 10 how willing you are to change?
Yeah. I'd say probably about an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
Okay, so an 8's a pretty high number,
Yeah.
but I'm glad you're enthusiastic.
Yeah.
So one more question.
Mhm.
Do you find yourself, like, partaking in any physical activity throughout your day?
I mean, not that much. Like I said, pretty much my 10-hour workday, 9 hours consists of like doing the paperwork and sitting down and whatnot. And for a little bit, I'm helping the guys with some construction, like a little lifting on, but it's really not much. Then when I do walk my dog when I come home for about probably 10 to 15 minutes, just a couple times around the block. And then I'm usually pretty exhausted after my workday because it's like 10 hours, so I'll just, sit down, watch some TV, and fall asleep.
Okay, so even though you do find yourself a little busy, you do have time to walk your dog.
Yeah.
And that's usually afternoon after you get home, or?
Yeah, it's around probably like 6:30. I get home around 6:15, and then I walk him right away because he usually wants to get out. So.
Okay, yeah. So for this week, maybe we can figure out your physical activity levels. Maybe we can bump that up a little bit, and then next week, maybe we can meet it to change your dietary concerns.
Yeah, sure. I mean, what would you recommend for the physical activity aspect?
All right, so you were telling me about how you walk your dog
Mm-hmm.
every afternoon.
Yeah.
So would you be willing to maybe walk your dog an extra 10 minutes in the afternoon when you come back from work?
Yeah, that sounds definitely doable. I could definitely do that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, maybe how about even like walking your dog, waking up a few minutes early to walk your dog for an extra like 15 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, if you think that's gonna help me a little bit, I'm excited to, try anything different to try and lose some weight. So, yeah, I mean, I could definitely wake up like an extra, half hour or whatever, and probably walk my dog for an extra 15 minutes, and then, like you said, I could definitely try after work to, instead of 15 minutes, maybe we can do like 25 or 30 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that will definitely increase your physical activity levels.
So
maybe that's something we can work on for this week.
Okay.
So I'm glad you're enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, and you were saying that we could meet next week, right, to talk about some of the dietary needs, right?
Yeah, are you available this time next week?
Yeah, I should be available also. So.
Well, I'm glad you came to talk to me today.
All right, yeah, great.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Tiffany.
Nice to meet you.